Hello and welcome to this coverage of the Macquarie Marauders versus the North Sydney Nightmares. A relatively cool day here in Sydney for December. This is the opening game of the December 12 friendlies and should provide some excitement. The North Sydney Nightmares are running left to right in their pink jerseys, and the Mac Marauders are running right to left in their black and maroon jerseys. I think it's maroon. Either way, figure it out. This should be an exciting matchup. You've got relative newcomers in terms of Quidditch history, the North Sydney Nightmares, who have some imports today coming from Newcastle and USyd, against a Macquarie lineup who has kept most of their squad from last season. This really should be an exciting game, and we'll just wait for brooms up. And North Sydney Nightmares have put out their starting line. Starting chasers are Trisha Purvis in the number 19. We have Jackson Shields in jersey number 77. I'm trying to work out who that is there on the far side. I think it might be Samantha Chittenden. We have Gunny starting keeper, and your starting beaters for the North Sydney Nightmares are Harrison Jones, and I'm trying to work out who that beater is there on the far side, as we have a look at some amazing acrobatics coming off the goal in front of us. Your head ref for this game is Arfi Papadam of the MacArthur Weasleys, and the referee team is Eastern Sydney University.
There she is, right on time.
And brooms up, and Macquarie win the quaffle first. It is going forward inside the attacking keeper zone, and it will be no goal. So the ball will be brought back into play by Gunny of the North Sydney Nightmares, who very slowly advance up the pitch. Past the halfway now. Looking to pick out a player, picked out Jackson Shields on the left to Chittenden, who launches it forward for a no goal, and it is still in play, and Macquarie bring it forward now. Macquarie is now out of the keeper zone. Slow balling it up the pitch, and now past the halfway. Bringing it forward is Brandon Frizen, the keeper. Who try and over, and it will be recovered by Gunny, and with no beaters, they will try to get a beautiful tackle there by Frizen to stop the attack. And we have our opening goal of the game. It is 10-0 to the Nightmares. And it comes out to the left here with Macquarie on the attack. And there's an attempt to beat there by Jeff Talbot, who fails, and it will be recovered in defence by the Nightmares, who look to make a fast break. As Chittenden screams down the pitch and passes it off to Jackson Shields for the easy tap in. And it's 20-0 to the North Sydney Nightmares. Apologies for the camera issues, we are trying to stabilise it. As it is brought forward by Brendan Prison, who tries a daring long shot, and it will just go out of play, and it will be brought back in by the North Sydney Nightmares. A slow walk up the pitch for Gunny of the Nightmares, formulating a strategy to go forward and break this Macquarie defence for the third time today. It's with Gunny still, who passes it out left to Chittenden, and a clean run to the hoops, no goal. Recovered by Jackson Shields, who will go around and through the middle hoop. It is 30-0 to the Nightmares. And there's some excellent beater play going on here between Talbot and Jones. And Talbot is beat. Macquarie advance it forward. Who try a daring long shot just over the hoop. Didn't miss by much. As Harry Jones recovers a beat, and oh, what a deflection there by Gunny off Talbot's attempted beat, who will drive it forward with a long pass. And it's Russell, who, no goal. And it comes back out to Gunny, who will drive it through. And it is 40-0 to the Nightmares. As Macquarie make some major line changes, rotating out half of the line. We have a new keeper now for Macquarie, who brings it forward past the halfway. And a loose ball will be dived on by the Nightmares, and it is with Gunny, who will bring it forward. As there are no bludgers, and the Nightmares will look to attack very, very quickly here. It is out to Tom Russell on the right. Can't get into space. A loose pass, dived on by Macquarie, but not quite covered, and that will be out. And it will be a Macquarie ball. Who look to break down the middle. It is past the halfway. Who will try another long shot. And that will go out of play. As the Nightmares now bring it back, make a very quick play. It is with Tom Russell now. And it is intercepted at the hoops by Macquarie, who will recover it. And it will go to the keeper. It's still 40-0 to the Nightmares. As we see our first participation of the day for James Hosford with the Nightmares, as Macquarie try yet another long shot, and it goes out of play. And we have Yuki here, the UCID import for the day, who is going well there, gets a very good beat, trying to protect the bludger as James Hosford makes a run, and it will be a goal, tapped in by Tom Russell. It is 50-0, and Macquarie are calling a timeout. And here we are on resumption of the timeout. We have the North Sydney Nightmares leading 50 points to 0. Macquarie are trying a lot of long shots here that just haven't found to hit the mark. We'll see if they change up their strategy post resumption of this timeout. We have some more. Seeing the first action of Ben Hosford. Yeah, I know. We have the first action of Ben Hosford. Matty Moulton is partnering with Yuki in terms of the beaters. As we have resumption in play here. It is Alex Butler as one of the chasers with Ben Hosford. James Hosford is your keeper for the Nightmares, and I'm trying to work out who that is there on the far side. I can't quite work it out as Macquarie brings it forward, and I apologise for not mentioning the Macquarie names as much as I am the Nightmares names. I am trying to learn their roster on the fly here, as Macquarie are not a team I'm too familiar with in terms of names and faces. It is forward, and we try a long shot in behind there by Macquarie, and it will go out of play. James Hosford will bring it back in, and he will bring it back in very, very quickly as they try to take advantage of the no-beaters situation, as James Hosford sprints down the pitch and will try to find Ben Hosford. Can't. It is with the Macquarie keeper, who also looked to hit very quickly, as we have some very open play here, and Yuki with the beat just before the shot. That is highway robbery, as Alex Butler will drive forward and will dunk it through the middle hoop. Alex Butler, the Newcastle import for today, for the Nightmares, and it is 60-0. Has a lot of pace and use it to good effect there. 60-0 to the Nightmares. As Macquarie bring it forward. Past the halfway. That is one of the Shields brothers, I believe. Luke and Dion. Luke and Ryan on the team for Macquarie. As Alex attempts a tackle, dodged by the keeper, who drives a long shot in, misses, and it will go out of play, as it will be brought forward by Ben Hosford for the Nightmares. Another Newcastle import for the day, playing with his brother James for the first time since James left Newcastle at the end of last year. It comes out to James Hosford on the right, and Hosford will drive towards the hoop and put it right through the middle. It is 70-0 to the Nightmares, who, with Macquarie making wholesale line changes as the camera goes again. As we have SK coming down the left-hand side for Macquarie. I am not even going to try and pronounce the name for fear I butcher it. As Macquarie make a drive towards the hoop, and it will be a dismount there by SK, who with the Nightmares getting the quaffle as Gunny brings it forward. As attempted beat there by the Nightmares, it comes out to Jackson Shields on the right, who sends it back to Gunny, and Gunny will swap with Jackson Shields. So it's Shields in the centre, Gunny on the right, back to Shields, who drives it out to the left to Ben Hosford, juggles it a little bit but manages to make the catch, dumps it off to Shields, who makes a drive towards the hoop and will get it in, and that is 80-0 to the Nightmares. Macquarie yet to score. So that is Aiden Shields. Sorry, there's 3 Shields brothers in the Macquarie lineup. My apologies. I missed one. So that is Aiden Shields coming down, who's gone in behind the hoops as an option. It is coming forward Brendan Frison, who's back on the pitch, as it tries a long shot and can't quite hit the mark, and it will come back in with Gunny of the Nightmares. Macquarie have one bludger as Jeff Talbot is beat, and Gunny will try a winding pass, finds the mark but beat almost immediately as Macquarie bring it back and stop the defense. Stop the attack from the Nightmares, who look to counter very, very quickly as Brandon Frison brings it forward, tries a pass, beat there behind the hoops of Aiden Shields as it comes down the right with Jackson Shields, who Gunny is beat, recovered by the Nightmares though, and Frison will strip it out but is immediately beat, and it is back with the Nightmares. It will come out to the left, kept in by Chittenden, who will bring it forward, passes off to Jackson, back to Chittenden, who is beat, and it will be recovered by Frison of Macquarie. Oh, beautiful tackle there by Gunny. Gets dismounted in the process, recovered by Frison, who brings it forward and is with Gunny of the Nightmares. What a frantic section of play there. It is still 80-0 to the Nightmares. As it comes forward now with Gunny again, as Kira of the Nightmares will be beat. It comes forward and it will be go out to Gunny off the pass, who loses possession. As Frison brings it forward here for Macquarie, getting around one, gets around two, gets around three, gets it in, and Macquarie have their first goal of the day. It is 80 points to 10.
26. 73 was beat before she beat you.
Macquarie getting on the board, stopping the run of 8 straight goals to start this game from the Nightmares. Jackson Shields bring it forward very slowly. There's a couple of changes there for the Nightmares. James Hosford is back on the pitch in place of Gunny. It comes out to Jackson on the left, and attempted changeover by Macquarie is unsuccessful as Jackson brings it forward, and Jackson will make another drive towards the hoop, and we have a brooms down. The ball went out and it was supposed to go to Macquarie. It was brought in by the Nightmares. It should have been brought in by Macquarie, so that will be a turnover. There is a bludger, there is a beater back there for Macquarie, for the Nightmares, and he does have there's 2 beaters there for the Nightmares, both of whom have bludgers in hand, and that attack is failed by Macquarie, who, with the Nightmares looking to hit very quickly on the counter, and it is driven forward, who will find someone behind the hoop. That is no goal, as Macquarie recover. As the camera goes again. Hey. Macquarie brings it forward. It is with number 9. It is with Ryan Shields. Number 9, who drives forward towards the hoop. No goal, and that will be out. So Macquarie have a beater back on defense who has bludger, as it comes forward down the left here with James Hosford, who cuts back in, offloads to the number 57, who drives it forward and tries to find someone at the hoops, finds them, but do we have a goal? No, it was beat before. So there's no goal. It is still 80-10 as it comes forward here with Shields, who drives towards the hoop, stopped. A beautiful block, stopping what would have been a goal. Who attempts Macquarie attempt a little alley-oop out the back to try to stick it through the hoop. Fail as Hosford brings it forward, driving towards the hoops, finds support, and that goes in, and the ball goes over the fence and out of play. As the caller brooms down while the ball is recovered. So it is 90 points to 10 for the Nightmares. As we have immunity called here by one of the beaters for Macquarie, who immediately flips it back to Maria Carroll as we lose the this has got to be fixed. As it comes forward here, Macquarie beat at the keeper's own line as James Hosford brings it forward, who finds Tom Russell at the hoops, back to Hosford for a little 1-2 and through, and that is 100 points to 10 here for the Nightmares. And we have the snitch on pitch. It is Cameron Walker of ESU who is your snitch, and seekers will be released in about 45 seconds from now as Macquarie brings it forward here. It is coming out through a player I do not have the number of. No, it is with Brandon Frizzle now, who drives forward, is attempted tackle, doesn't stop him, and is beat before he's able to get to the hoop. As Macquarie have both bludgers, and no, we have no goal. Oh, sorry. Put it back there as it comes forward through Hosford. And the seekers are released here. So it is Talbot starting for Macquarie and Hosford starting, Ben Hosford starting for the North Sydney Nightmares here. I'll stick with this for a second. A very back and forth tussle here. Both teams looking to end it quickly as Tom Russell drives, misses the hoop. It is, as I said, we have James Hosford beat here. It is with the Nightmares, but we'll stick with the seeker action, with the snitch action for a little bit. Said Walker fighting hard not to be caught as it goes behind here with Russell, who drives, and we have a goal. It is 110 to 10. As Ben Hosford has a free run here at the snitch while Talbot goes back to hoops to remount. And the snitch is down as they readjust the snitch tag. It is with Brandon Frizzin on the right here for Macquarie. As Ben Hosford looks to go back to work against Cameron Walker. Frizzon still has it on the right here at the Quaffle. As a shot goes wide there from Frizzin, a very long shot from almost the halfway line. As Walker and Ben Hosford will catch the snitch. Pending a clean catch here, the Nightmares will win 140 to 10. As the ref team communicates here, we await a verdict. A very good performance by the Nightmares. And it is a clean catch to the Nightmares. Ben Hosford catching the snitch here for the Nightmares. A thoroughly dominant performance here by the Nightmares, who go to town on Macquarie there. Your final score: is 140 to 10. Apologies for the camera issues. I will try to rectify those throughout the day. I am working with a new tripod that I can't quite seem to get a hang of yet. Thank you for watching this game.